man, what a mess. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bromadic Life Adventures. I am here at my storage, cleaning out the RV. It's actually pretty clean on the inside, but I need to get some of this junk from underneath out of there. I got another rental coming up in a couple of days. As a matter of fact, rentals have been hot the last month, so I want to go ahead and keep it clean for my customers. But I just surpassed 1 year of being an RVer. So today I want to share with you 5 things that I've learned in my first year of RVing. Let's go. Welcome to Bromadic Life Adventures. Let's go. All right, I got everything cleaned up. It's good to go. Ready for my next renter in a couple days. Once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bromadic Life Adventures. I am Brian the Bromad. Before I go ahead and let you know the 5 things that I really learned during my first year of RVing, I want to show you how my rentals were looking. Check out this calendar. All right, so as I mentioned, October was very hot for the RV rentals. If you had seen one of my earlier episodes, you'll know that I rent my RV when I'm not using it on the platforms RV Share and Outdoorsy. So if you see here in October, everything started getting real hot. I had a rental from October 2nd through October 5th, and that was through RV Share. And then it was returned. I picked it up on October 5th. I had to get it ready real quickly because on October 6th, I had another date that they were rented from October 6th through October 8th, and that was through Outdoorsy. So I had to go pick it up, and they were actually at the same RV park, so that made it pretty easy for me. I just had to get it cleaned up and then move it to the lot that they were renting for those dates. And then that next week, I was supposed to be using it for my own use for the Bandit Bash, the Venture Bandits Bandit Bash from October 12th through October 15th. But unfortunately, most of y'all know the reason that I was not able to attend the Bandit Bash. I sure hate it. I know everybody had a good time. I do planning on trying to get there on next year. But that very next week, from October 20th through October 22nd, once again at the same park, Lloyd Park in Grand Prairie, Texas, I had a rental from October 20th through the 22nd. That one was through RV Share. That very next week, I had a rental from October 26th through October 29th, and that one was through Outdoorsy. So that helped me cap out a very busy October. But even going on into the first week of November, I had a rental from November 2nd, and that one was through November 5th. So if you have an RV and you're one of the ones that don't mind renting your RV out, I know some people don't want to rent their own RV out, and that's very understandable. But if you don't mind and you're looking for extra income, I would try Outdoorsy or RV Share. Those have become good supplemental income for me, and my goal is to always at least have rentals that will cover my monthly payment and my insurance. So I just want to let y'all have an update of how my RV rental was going. All right, so if you've been keeping up with my channel, you'll know that back in August of 2022, I decided to go ahead and go for it. I went ahead and bought my J-Code Whitehawk 29 BH travel trailer. I made the decision to go ahead and start my RV and camping adventures. And I will say, I am so glad that I decided to start that journey. But in the past year, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from Experience as well as other YouTubers that I've watched, but it's definitely been a process of learning that I appreciate, and I've grown forward. So I just want to share with you all 5 things that I've learned during my first year of RVing.
Number 1, all RV parks and campgrounds are not equal. Over the past year, I've had the opportunity to stay in several RV parks and campgrounds. Some of those are high-end RV resorts that I probably only stayed in because they were offering some kind of special, or I caught them during their off-season pricing. They offered pristine amenities in prime locations and overall gave a wonderful camping experience. I've stayed in others that weren't resorts, but they were very nice RV parks. They offered wonderful amenities and they were in great locations as well. Some of those had paved concrete pads. Some of them didn't have any at all. Some of them was on dirt or grass. But I still had a great time and I still enjoyed those particular RV parks. I've also stayed in some that were not so friendly to me. I did not enjoy them and I probably will not go back to those particular places. I even had the opportunity to boondock and I enjoyed those experiences as well. One of the things that I've learned is that amenities or not, the thing that I'm enjoying the most is the experiences that I'm getting. One thing that I've also learned over the past year in trying to narrow down which RV park or campground I'm going to be staying in is that I need to do research. I get online, I make phone calls, I look at reviews, I talk to people who have gone to certain RV parks and campgrounds and given me recommendations, and that's how I try to narrow everything down. And that usually helps. Number 2, RVing is not cheap. All right, so before I started RVing, I had this idea in my mind that, hey, I'm going to save a whole lot of money by RVing. I'm not going to have to buy any expensive plane tickets. I don't have to stay in any expensive hotels, and I'm going to save a whole lot of money. And that could not have been further from the truth. Now, don't get me wrong. You can set things up and be more efficient in your planning in a way that will allow you to save a whole lot of money. However, you are going to incur some expenses while you are RVing. Back in March, I bought a brand new tow vehicle to pull my RV, and it gets great gas mileage. It gets about 28 or so miles per gallon on average on the highway. But I quickly found out that when I started towing my RV, I was getting around 10 or 11 miles per gallon. So I was having to fill up more often, which means I was spending a whole lot more bread on gas. In addition to paying a lot of gas money, as everybody said on YouTube, when you get your RV, something is going to go wrong. And a lot of things have gone wrong in my first year. Now, most of those things are covered by warranty, but as my warranties are running out, I'm finding myself having to spend out of my pocket more and more. Even earlier today, I found out that I'm going to have to spend some money on a brand new battery. My battery is going bad. I have a tire that won't stay aired up. I got to spend money on a brand new tire. Plus, when I went to pick up my RV from a rental at one of the RV parks, I didn't have anywhere to air my tire up. So luckily and thankfully, one of the persons that saw me walked over to me and offered the use of his air compressor. So I'm going to have to break down and buy an air compressor just in case. So those are just some of the things that you got to spend money on when you have an RV. And we're not even talking about regular maintenance costs. That leads me to number 3. All RVs will have issues. As I've mentioned before, if you have an RV, something is going to go wrong with your RV. It does not matter if you have a travel trailer like myself, or even if you have a $500,000 to $600,000 diesel pusher. At some point, you're going to have issues with your RV. You might as well go ahead and get that in your mind. Otherwise, you're going to stay frustrated. I've learned to deal with it. In my year of having an RV, I've had to take my RV to the dealership several times. I would say maybe 4 or 5 times I've had to take it to the dealership. I've had to have a full roof replaced. Thankfully, it was covered under warranty. I've had my plumbing fixed several times. I still have issues with my plumbing. I've even had my battery replaced once. Now I got to have my battery replaced again. I've had fixtures that have had to be replaced. Anything can go wrong when you have an RV. Somebody reminded me that an RV is essentially a house going down the road. And you know, our roads are bumpy and uneven, and a lot of things inside of our RV shake and break, and you just got to deal with it, and you got to be prepared to get those things taken care of. One thing that I am enjoying about this process is that I'm learning to fix things. I'm a person, I'm going to call somebody, hey, come fix this, but that can get expensive. So now I'm learning as much as I can to fix the different problems that arise in my RV, because they're going to be there. Number 4, choosing the right RV will make or break your RVing experience. There are so many different types of RVs to choose from. Class A's, Class B's, Class B pluses, Class C's, schoolies, van builds, even car builds. So whatever RV you choose, it has to be the RV that best suits your needs and your wants. Now, I absolutely enjoy my Jayco Whitehawk 29BH. It's a wonderful travel trailer. Aside from the normal problems that RVs gives you, it has been great. I love the layout, I love the space, I love the decor. But to be honest, that is not my first choice of RV. But it is the best choice for the budget that I've set. At some point, I'm going to get a nice Class A, but that's later on down the line. But for now, the travel trailer best suits my needs. Remember, there is no perfect RV. All RVs will have its pros and its cons. Now, as I mentioned, I love my Jayco Whitehawk travel trailer. What I do not like about it, I hate having to hitch and I hate having to unhitch. Another thing I don't like about it is that it's 35 feet long. And although I love all that space when I'm going to be inside it and relaxing and doing whatever I got to do, it's very tedious and very annoying whenever I'm trying to find parking, and that parking becomes very challenging. I can't just go in and out anywhere I want to with a truck that's pulling a 35-foot trailer. So I'm actually exploring the possibility of maybe getting a Class A or possibly even doing a van build. I'm just at the point right now in my travels and my adventures that sometimes I just want to get in my ride, swoop into places and out at random, at will, so I can be spontaneous. There's a lot more planning that has to be involved when I'm pulling a 35-foot RV. Even in my past adventures, there are some places, some sites, some attractions that I've wanted to go to, but I had to bypass just because there was no way I was going to get my travel trailer in there. Number 5, the RV camping community is amazing. Yes, it's true. The RV and camping community is amazing. From the beginning, I was able to experience this. If you happen to see my Lake Tawakoni episode, you will remember that I got to the campground late. By the time I got there, it was almost pitch black dark. I had a hard time seeing in the dark to find my site. Finally, once I found it, I realized I'm going to have a hard time backing this big trailer in there. Somebody just happened to be walking with his wife, and he just came over and he just was so kind enough to help me back in. But there's several stories that I have like that where people just came out of nowhere to help, just have a nice conversation, help you to do something, whether it's set up your RV or answer questions about your RV. As I mentioned, even today when I was picking up the RV, the guy just came over. He looked like he was a full-timer at that place. He just came over and noticed my tire was flat. So he offered to let me use his air compressor, and I really appreciate that. When my father passed away, several of you all reached out to me. That really meant a lot, that people that didn't really know me would take the time to just to have some kind of nice gesture that they put forward to me. And of course, I'm going to pay it forward to somebody else. So I'm looking forward to more positive experiences. And I know there's some bad apples out there. There's always bad apples, but my experience so far has been absolutely great with every person I've met in the RV and camping community. Hopefully, I'll be able to meet some of you all in person soon. With that being said, I'm finally in a position to get back out there for my next camping adventure. So the next video that you see that I'll be posting is my next adventure. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just have to tune in to find out. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, if you have been enjoying watching this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, peace. Thank you for watching this episode of Bromadic Life Adventures. If you thought this episode was cool, click on the like button and share this channel with your friends. If you have not already done so, I invite you to click on the subscribe button so you can subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you may be notified anytime a new episode is released. If you have any positive comments, please leave them in the comments section. All these things will help me grow my channel and make it better. This is Brian the Bromad. God bless and peace.